What's up, you guys? Claak here, out with another video. And I know, it's been a while. It's been like a week or like or so since I made a video, and I've been getting asked a lot about this question about what talents I run. And honestly, they don't really change that much. But if you guys want to talk about it, we can go into it. But there's like one little change that does work really well, and I actually think rest of Druids work better this patch than they did last patch by far. There's no argument. Even though they kind of nerfed it / buffed Nourish and made it its own ability and increased its healing, but made it a little bit different, I actually find it really nice that I'm actually able to just spam regrowth if I need a quick heal instead of, you know, having the Nourish talent. Before we get into the video, make sure to go check out my Twitch and go to www.twitch.tv/Claak and throw me that Twitch Prime or Team 1. Maybe even like a donation or something. That really helps me out. It allows me to keep making these videos and this awesome content that you guys I hope you like it. Okay, so there's a couple builds. Let's go ahead and hop into the first build. Now, the first build is like the standard default build. If you don't know what to run against a certain comp, you're like, seems kind of hard. I don't know what to run. This is like the default build. This is really good. Really good. This is even better if you have the correct Azurite gear, which I do not have. I only have one of them, is running Groove Trending. If you can have at least 2 of them. You can't have 3. 3 doesn't work. You can have 2 of these, and it'll work. And the third one, you can run the Uzura something might or something like that. It's the rejuvenation one. I also do not have that, so I am lacking in that field. So again, this is the build that you actually really want to run. Prosperity, you can either go a wild charge or a tiger dash. I actually been running a lot more wild charge because it's not in a GCD, and it's a 15-second cooldown. Again, if you're scared of the enemy team going to you, you're going to want to run it Guardian Affinity. If not, you can run Balance Affinity to be able to get ranged clones. So again, Mighty Bash is pretty much always the go-to. You can sometimes run Mass Entanglement. Sometimes if you're trying to Theory Craft against like a double melee, just training the ground or something like that. So Soul Forest, Stonebark, and Germination. This stuff is blah, blah, blah. Really good. This is kind of like the default too. I always runs Focus Growth. You always receive a lot of healing from that. And Nourish is always like really nice because it's our biggest heal. If we're able to free cast, this is the cast you want to cast. And it'll top them off. And it'll help you save a little bit of mana as well. Alright, so let me show you the second build. Here is the second build. Not much changes. You go into Snare and Ward Cultivation. Again, this is more for like dampening comps. If you think a game is going to go really dampening and you're able to out heal it without needing the the Prosperity, Swiftman, Soul Force build. If you feel like you can do it, don't recommend this build. This is kind of like a tier 2 build. I would say Cultivation is more better for like raid DBGs, and if you wanted to run Abundance, you could with this, but like this build is just crappy. But some people do run this. I don't recommend this. I think at the start of the 8.1 I was running this, but later I learned on Prosperity. Soul Force was just really strong. Can't really get rid of that. And now for the third build, it's really unique and really different. You actually want to go in Soul of Forest, Prosperity, and here's the tricky one. You can actually, if you're scared of a team just killing you, like just you, and you need more direct healing, something you could actually do, now hear me out, is Spring Blossom and Photosynthesis. Now what this does is you pause Spring Blossom down, and when you do, it will give you an extra heal on top of the Influence, and it will give you hot. So if you don't know our mastery increases the amount of healing we do. So if you have a high amount of mastery, which I do not have, I need to regear and everything, it can actually do a tremendous amount more healing. So if you add both of these together, Spring Blossoms and Influence, the amount of healing it will actually increase. If you look on the healing charts, it will do around 10 to 15% more healing. That's kind of a lot. And again, you're going to want to run a Photosynthesis, because if you have this, it allows the heals to proc on you 20% faster, and there's a 5% chance it could bloom. So that's very strong. So that allows us to be in bear form more against teams that are on us, and we only have to keep up 1 rejuve, and we keep up this. It means there's less, it means there's more downtime and less uptime, meaning like you don't have to sit there and constantly put hots in yourself, because like it's practically already there. So that's how you can kind of survive, is this weird little build right here. Now let's go ahead and go over some of the PB talents that I do not recommend. I can tell you
the amount that they do heal. If you run like Revitalize will it will do about 3 to on top 7% of your healing. That's if like it's a super long game or something like that, and you're really and you're only spamming rejuves, and Revitalize is your only heal. It'll only do 3 to 7%. Most of the time I get like 4% out of this. So again, not very strong. Don't really exactly recommend it. Again, Spring Blossoms does more than that itself. If you run Cultivation, yeah, it puts it extra hot, so it increases everything else that you heal with by 10% or whatever your mastery is. But this Cultivation also does 3 to 5, 6-ish, 7-ish. I've never seen it even go to 7. I'm just kind of highballing it. You could do like 3 to 5%. So it's really not a lot. If you go into Cultivation, it's more for the extra mastery hot and increase your heal and a little bit of dampening. So it doesn't do a whole lot if you're wondering. Now, a huge mistake I see a lot of people doing, even at decent rating like 2400 MMR, 2500 MMR, is run Tree Form. Do not run Tree Form. Tree Form is very garbage. Ever since they nerfed our Nourish talent, it doesn't go well at all. You're not able to spam Regross in it. I don't recommend it. It's a 3-minute cooldown, and it just like when you pop it, shit still dies, and it feels like, okay, why did I even pop this? It's really that bad. I'd rather have something that's more consistent and big healing, like Soul of the Forest. Very huge. If you have double Prosperity, double Swiftman up at any given time in a burst, there's a good chance that you're gonna be able to survive, because you spam Swiftman, pop Rejuve if need be. If you're not able to cast because of a kick, double Swiftman again and Rejuve again. So you have like 2 6,400 heal Rejuves. That's huge. So it's ticking every 2.5 seconds. That's a lot of healing. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I'm thinking about doing a tips and tricks video just to give you guys a little bit insight of what's going on in my mind, sort of like just 3v3 gameplay commentary, but I'm gonna try to do more in depth as much as possibly as I can to try to help you guys out, to be able to push that rating, to be able to get that Gladiator, because if you've never been Gladiator, this is the time to get Gladiator. 100%, the most guaranteed time. If you don't know how the old Gladiator used to work, you used to have to wait to the end of the season, and it would only be the top 1%, I think. I can't remember. I think it's 1% or 3%. Top 3% and rank 1's 1. Yeah, something like that. But anyways, guys, I hope this video helped. If so, make sure to leave a like and sub, and get out there and pull some nubs. Take it easy, guys.